Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Dr. Stephen Cabral, board certified Doctor of Naturopathy, founder of Equal Life and the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. Today's episode 3009 of the Cabral Concept. Excited to get into how to improve your nightly sleep and recovery using a simple heart rate metric. So many of you right now, you might be tracking your sleep using the Apple Watch, the Oura Ring, your Whoop strap, Fitbit, Withings, whatever it might be, right? All the different metrics. What I want to share with you is this. It's great to look at heart rate variability. It's good to look at body temperature. It's good to look at these different things. But there's one metric that's often overlooked that will show you why your heart rate variability, which is basically how well your body is dealing with stress overnight, how well it's recovering, it's rejuvenating. There's one simple metric to look at that will help you increase your heart rate variability, increase your recovery, your rejuvenation. If you don't know what heart rate variability is, it's literally the milliseconds of beating, the movement between heartbeats. And it's a metric for how well your body has shifted into a recovery-based state. But it doesn't shift you into a recovery state if the body is not allowing that sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight, to calm down. And I want to share with you a simple metric that will show you on a nightly basis how well your body is dealing with stress. All right, so let's dive right into it. This is something that the Oura Ring is now starting to show. It's giving it to you specifically where always it showed you exactly where heart rate was, but now it's actually calling it out. So what this is called is this is the drop and stabilization in your heart rate during your sleep cycle. So let's just say that you are going to bed at 10 o'clock and let's just say you're waking at 6 a.m. All right. Normal bedtime for many, many people looking to improve their overall health, rejuvenation, anti-aging, etc. All right. What happens is sometimes the low point for someone's heart rate during the night isn't until 4, 5, 6 a.m. Like it's not till basically a couple hours before they wake up. The problem is this. That means then the body did not shift into its deepest level of rejuvenation and repair until much later into the night. So what we are looking for is actually a stabilization of the heart rate, not all over the map, right? Your heart rate variability, believe it or not, and I'm going to link up many podcasts to heart rate variability if you have no idea what it is. Just head on over to stephencabral.com/3009. It's actually really important to start to get a fundamental knowledge base for what all of these things are, because if you're looking to have more energy, more vitality, more stamina, grow younger, begin to rejuvenate your body and mind. You just want a basis for what these mean so that you can track them and then find out what you're doing in your daily life that will improve them or hurt them. And I'm going to share with you things that hurt your drop in heart rate or your stabilization overnight. So basically what I was saying is, let's just say during the day, you're walking around, you're moving, and your typical heart rate might be a 72. Let's just say that. Okay. Now, when you're sleeping overnight, maybe your average heart rate is a 62. All right, so you get a 10-pound drop versus just kind of sitting around during the day. Great. So we know that you're in more of a sleep-based state. You're more shifting out of the fight or flight, phenomenal. But your lowest heart rate during the night might be a 56. All right. Now that 56, that lowest heartbeat showing your body, showing basically your body temperature drop and your heart rate drop is the signal your body gives. It's very straightforward, very simple. It's the signal your body gives that it's shifted out of that sympathetic nervous system as best that it can into the parasympathetic, where much deeper healing and rejuvenation takes place. This is extremely important because if you get higher heart rates during the night than you may even have when seated and relaxed during the day, there's a lot of stress going on during that repair process, which means you're not getting the full recovery that you should, which also means you're aging faster and there's more inflammation most likely in the body. So this is what I look for. Everyone in our private practice, everybody around the world, I try to open source all this information. I look for a drop in that heart rate. So if your average heart rate again is a 62 during the night, I look for that to be the 56, 58, whatever it's going to be. I look for that within the first 4 hours, ideally, of going to bed. That's going to show, okay, most likely then, there's an improvement in deep sleep, which is usually the first half of the night. And I like to see that body temperature come down, of course. That's another metric. But all of that hinges upon your heart rate dropping. That's literally it. You want better heart rate variability? Heart rate has to calm down. You want your body temperature to drop? Well, part of that is body temperature coming down, but part of it is your heart rate, right? Lowering, so that the body shows the shift. You're not manually dropping your heart rate. Your heart rate is dropping because your levels of cortisol have dropped. Your levels of norepinephrine have dropped, two stress-based hormones and neurotransmitters, which means then melatonin, your sleep hormone, can rise, and things like GABA, serotonin, the calming, the inhibitory neurotransmitters can begin to scale and overtake then the go norepinephrine, dopamine, and cortisol. That then enables a calming process in the nervous system, which then allows for repair and rejuvenation. If your engine is running hot before bed and into your sleep, meaning it takes longer for your body to cool down, let that heart rate come down, you don't get as much repair. You don't get as much of that anti-aging, rejuvenating based sleep. So that's what we're looking for. And what we want then is to move further then into the overall repair process faster. I want to share with you the three main things that I've seen in my practice that do not allow that heart rate as a barometer for healing and recovery to happen fast enough. So typically I don't see people's heart rate drop low enough and fast enough in the first half of the night if they've had alcohol with dinner. So alcohol 5, 6 p.m. and beyond, if you're going to bed within the next 5, 6 hours, typically alcohol affects that. Again, you can test this yourself. You don't have to necessarily believe everything that I'm saying right now, but I want you to know that I've seen in my practice, your deep sleep goes down tremendously when you drink alcohol at dinner and after, of course. Okay. The next one, a big meal. If you're one of these people that's doing one meal a day and you eat an enormous dinner at 8 o'clock and go to bed at 10, 11 o'clock at night, maybe even within 3 hours or so, heart rate takes a little longer to come down. Why? More stress in the body. Just like alcohol, you're detoxing the alcohol. Well, you've got to process that huge meal you put in your stomach at night. I shared with you one of my best tips for improving heart rate variability is finishing dinner 3 to 4 hours before bed. You'll see a tremendous difference. That and eat a lighter or just more easily digestible meal, right? If you eat a 2-pound steak at 8 o'clock at night, it's going to take hours upon hours to break that down. Well over 3+ hours for sure, right? And again, I'm not saying that you can't have meat at dinner. I know like people like to twist things like that. I'm not saying that, right? I'm saying the amount of food, which affects the glycemic load of the meal, the larger that is, the more stress it is in the body, the more processing energy that needs to be diverted to digestion rather than energy being used for repair, right? Your body only has so much energy. So it takes that and uses it for what's essential, which is breaking down the food rather than the repair of the body. And it's one of the aging factors I teach inside of high performance health, is that one of the reasons for aging is simply the triage theory, right? It's that your body can't do everything all the time at once. It triages and it does the most important things that it has to stay alive. This is an important factor to look at. Okay, the last one is this, exercising too close to bed. So many people, like myself when I was younger, so I used to work 2 jobs in my early 20s. I worked a regular 8:30 to 5 or whatever it was, 5:30, and then I worked at a gym at night. And then when I was done with my shift at the gym, I worked out at 9 o'clock at night. And so when I worked out at 9, let's just say it was only a 45 minute workout, whatever it might be. Okay, then I'm having some food and then I'm going to bed. Again, this is my early 20s, but I'm going to bed at 11, 11:30, 12, and just doing it all over again the next day. It was never going to be good quality sleep. I wasn't tracking my sleep necessarily that long ago, but it wasn't going to be great sleep. And so what we want to make sure is that heart rate, your body has time basically to cool and calm that engine before bed. So some light cardio may be totally fine for you. Again, this is why you need to track these things. And I'm not a promoter of any, you can use any biometrics company that you like, Whoop, Aura, Apple Watch, Fitbit, whatever your favorite device is, totally fine with me. Just use the one that's easy for you to use. Put it on airplane mode, turn off the Bluetooth, and just let it do its thing, and then you can connect it and sync it that next day. So that's going to be the most helpful, without a doubt. And I'm telling you, you don't need to track everything, but you do want to look at the most important metrics, and one of those is how quickly your heart rate comes down and then stabilizes for the night. If you do that, then you'll be able to look at, okay, yes, eating a big meal before bed does affect it. Drinking alcohol at night does affect it. Exercising too close to bed does affect it. But what else? Well, it could be working on emails, right? Within an hour or so of bed. That may affect it. You're going to start to see, for you, using a bio-individualization based approach, which we're all about for each individual, what affects you the most, what helps you the most, and then over time, you get that deep, rejuvenating sleep that you're looking for. Heart rate variability will increase as a proxy or a metric for already your base heart rate coming down. You'll get more deep sleep, more REM sleep. You can have more energy, more stamina, more vitality that next day in both mind and body. Hopefully this was helpful. All of the show notes and previous podcasts that we want to link up here for today on deep sleep, REM sleep, heart rate variability, etc. will be at stephencabral.com/3009. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing rest of the day. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Cabral concept. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything. Functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.